Well, hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. We are in Japan for the opening weekend of the B.LEAGUE season. Shimane SUSANOO Magic taking on LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. And what an atmosphere. No surprise, the B.LEAGUE has captured the imagination of sports fans, of just the Japanese in general, all over this wonderful country. And as you look at the B.LEAGUE season, here are the teams. Shimane, of course, playing in the West and coming into this season without the familiar face of Perrin Buford. Levanga over in the Eastern Conference, so a battle of East against West, and Paul Hanari, Shimane SUSANOO Magic going up against Ryutaro Onodera's. Levanga, here's the team, the lineup in the B2. All these teams coming in to this season with the hope, with the aim of making it into the top flight, back into the B1. Toyama having plummeted last season into the B2. But you know what? You look at it as an opportunity to get better. And Shimane, well, they missed out on the playoffs last season, but they've lost arguably their best player, but they've reinforced their lineup with Luke Evans. Cody Clark is still here, Seiya Ando, and Nick Kay. Kitagawa, Tsuyama. Also, they have James McAdoo now. So James Michael McAdoo, a big addition to this team. Shirohawa, Wiley, Nomi. Hariyama is a good shooter from outside. We talked about Evans and Taniguchi. Evans having played for Japan's national team and joining this SUSANOO Magic team from the Nagoya Fighting Eagles. And I suppose all good things must come to an end without Buford, but Shimane clearly are going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. You can look at Cody Clark, McAdoo, Yokochi, Nomi, and Luke Evans. That'll be the starting five. Nome Hisahito there warming up, and everything is possible right now for every single team in this league, which is what makes it so exciting at the start of the season. Hopes are very high. Also makes it exciting that people know what they're going to be doing on the weekends. They're going to be following their favorite B-League team. So for Levanga, Kohei Sakino, Dwight Ramos, the Filipino international, is back again, a crucial player. He'll be fun to watch. Shuta Terrazano, Ryan Kriener, Hiroto Kikuchi, Tsukasa Nakano, Yosuke Hoshino, Shimatani, Yosuke Naito, Yosuke Suzuki, Terry Allen, Kaito Morizoni, Thomas Welsh, and Yuta Matsushita. And the starting five will be Kriener, Hoshino, Suzuki, Allen, and Morizani. So a pretty young starting five when you look at Levanga. They do have a 30-year-old Allen in the lineup. But Kriener, a veteran who will no doubt get his touches. Welsh has a nice game. I think he's found the B-League to his liking, and this continues to be a destination for foreign players. I'd like to come here and be a part of this amazing atmosphere. It's a very intriguing competition, one that gets stronger and stronger. Hiroshima Dragonflies, of course, coming into this season as the defending champions, and they had a terrific season last year, peaked at the right time, even lost their opening game in the final, but they were able to bounce back and win, and here they are coming into this season as the defending champs. So the example is there. You can just get into the playoffs and then anything can happen. And these two teams coming into this season Levanga coming off a tough season, really. Shimane had been in the playoffs a couple of seasons before, just missed out last season. They just could not get it going. Okay, so this will be the starting five. Ramos, Kriener, Shimatami, Mortazami, and Welsh. And there's Coach Onodera. The starting five for Shimane is going to be Ando, Kei, Suyama, McAdoo, and Evans. So a big part of the B-League, obviously, is the show, not just the players who are the star act, but also everything that goes on before, during, and after with respect to the light shows, with respect to the music, with respect to the dancers. And you can see how all of these fans buy into their team, showing up and wearing the team colors. They all have their favorite players. So the players now being introduced, that was Hiroshi Kitagawa. And the reserves will be introduced, and then the starting five will come out. So one plus side, I suppose, without Perrin Buford, is that it felt like last season he's such an amazing all-around talent that helps you across, the stat sheet in every way, shape, and form, from scoring and rebounding and assists to block shots. Now you're going to have to pull together as a team perhaps a little bit more. So say Ando, Kei, Suyama, McAdoo, and Evans, starting five coming out. There's Suyama. James Michael McAdoo. Played his college basketball at my alma mater, UNC, North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Here's Luke Evans. And I really like this signing. Evans, completely the team player, big, good size, can shoot it. And I think he's Paul Henari's type of player. Paul Henare, the former New Zealand Tall Blacks coach, also a Tall Blacks player. Koei Kano, Yusuke Ichikawa, and Daisuke Endo, the referees for this game. And here we'll have another look at the starting five. And again, for Levanga, it's going to be Dwight Ramos, Kriener. It's going to be Shimatani, number 15, number 34, Morazani, and Welsh, number 40, Kei, McAdoo, Evans, Ando, and Suyama for Shimane. Well, you want to get off to a great start, and as the home team, you know that Shimane are looking to get the sweep, but you take it one game at a time. And we wanted to highlight these two guys coming into this game. Dwight Ramos is a fantastic shooter. I mean, you need to get him touches. Say Ando, of course, as well, a great shooter. He's a point guard, but he can fill it up, a scoring point guard. Both of these guys, you look at their numbers. So here we are. It's hard to believe we're already back for a new season of the B-League. A lot of these guys have been away, some with their national teams, others just recharging the batteries, and we're ready for a new season. 2024-25 campaign in the B-League One is underway. So Shimane winning the opening tip. Let's see who's going to get the first points of the season. Here's Suyama, drifts in, passes to the corner. Shot clock winding down. They're going to have to put it up. They get it to McAdoo. Little turnaround. Misses, just kind of grazes the net. Tani. Morzani now. Gets it over to Welsh right at the line, and he makes it from the free throw line. Good start for the former UCLA Bruin. Also played for the USA National Team Youth Program. Tsuyama, a little turnaround. Evans not able to get the rebound, goes out of bounds. With Ramos being guarded by Nick Kay. Okay, so now they switch. So they're gonna switch, and they're gonna put up the three, and it's gonna rattle out. Morzani. So it goes back over to Shimane. If I'm being guarded by Kay and I'm Dwight Ramos, if he doesn't give you any space, you go past him. Drive to the hoop. There's Siyama again. Drifts into the paint, puts it up, and he's got the first points of the season for Shimane. Well, this crowd is rocking and rolling here at the start of the game. 2 minutes in, it's 2-2. 3-point shot is good. And that's Ramos off to a great start. Evans spins, turns, puts it up. McAdoo follows. Ramos will be glad that first one went in. He's going to be looking to take another one. Here's a bounce pass, and he gets another look. Welsh knocks it into the hands of McAdoo, and he's fouled by Kriener. That's one where Welsh probably should rebound it. Should grab it instead of trying to bat it out. I think he probably could have come down with a rebound. McAdoo showing the handles. Just kind of stumbles right at the end. Morzani pulls up, and that was short. Kriener loses the handle. Open floor, McAdoo over to Kay. They'll stray and gets it back to Tsuyama. From downtown, his first three of the season, the first of many. Interesting, Onodera's going to call timeout. Doesn't like the way this game is moving. So Kriener drives in and just loses it on his spin. And then they break nicely. And they finish up with a three. So coming out of the timeout, Ando, how long will it be before we see him drill a three? We know he's a streaky shooter. Rosani has it. He's a lefty. Always think the lefties look better. Slicker, bounce pass, Trainer into Welsh. Oh, beautifully run. And Shimane a little guilty of standing around and watching. Need to get their hands up on defense. Endo. Siyama. Okay, on the baseline. Much nicer. Siyama thought passed up an opportunity. But they get the 2 points. Here's Welsh. Morzani again. Drifts in, puts it up, banks it in. Tsuyama. Left-handed shot, no good from Shirahama. And those are the opportunities you cannot pass up. You need to make those layups. You will rue that miss later in the game. K, not interested in the three. He's going to put it on the deck. He's going to drive. He's going to score with the runner. Just a really wonderful story in Australian basketball. Nick K really has seized his opportunities. Oh boy, look at Morzani just kind of feeling the defense, drifting in, and now the moving screen on Nick K. That's an interesting one. Morzani, of course, having joined the club Levanga from SR Shibuya. His all-time club. New experience for him. And now another turnover. Wiley, meanwhile, is checked into the game. Wiley, Mitsuki, Sky. Also Cody Clark in the game. So they've got a lot of firepower coming off the bench. Shimane with Clark. Ando. Ends up with a layup. It was falling away a little bit. Made it a little bit harder than it needed to be, but he was able to score. That miss from Terrazano, excuse me. Clark, right off the bench, and the three is good. That is a big-time weapon that doesn't start, and clearly he doesn't need much time to heat up. Another chance, and this time Terrazano drills it. Ando. Okay, spins. Back to Ando. Full meter and a half behind the arc. That was short. Good job chasing it down, Wiley. And a miss. Welsh grabs the rebound. Now the steal by Nick K. Bad turnover from deep. Oh boy, that is a costly one. You cannot be a guard and turn it over that cheaply, bringing the ball up the floor. Anytime you turn the ball over, right near midcourt, it's usually going to lead to points. Morzoni fades, misses. Whistle blows. So that was Sakino that had the turnover that led to the three-pointer by Kay, and here he is. Thought he played pretty good defense there. It was kind of Ando that initiated the contact, but Sakino has the foul called on him. He's questioning it. He's probably thinking, what comes around goes around. I'm going to try it at the other end, but here's Ando. You talk about newcomers and you talk about losing the likes of Buford, but at least you get Cody Clark if you're Sunrockers Shibuya. Excuse me, if you are Shimane Susanoo Magic. So that's, well, you lose some quality, but you get some quality. Sakino from deep. Quickly on the break, Wiley gets it over to Ando. Going behind the back. Good job getting an opening and drilling it. Another bucket. And you can see that Terrazono is offensive-minded. Good. Oh. Good answer there from Hisahito. He just didn't make the shot. Another jump shot for Levanga, and Terrazono is heating up. Somebody better get a hand in the face. Down low, that's going to be awfully tough to stop, but Clark maybe didn't go up strong with it like he needed to. Wiley with the foul. There's no doubt he's going to get whistled for a personal on that one. Well, Hoshino comes into the game. Terrazono right now, meanwhile, is as hot as a firecracker for Levanga. 7 points, leading them in scoring. Luke Evans comes back into the game. Trainer also back. Hands it off to Nakano. Here is suddenly facing some intense defense, fresh off the bench, Hoshino. And McAdoo with an authoritative rebound. They want to go 2 for 1. If they get it up here quickly, they'll get the ball back. Okay. They haven't gone quickly enough. McAdoo makes it. Nice shot from the veteran. Good defense being played by Nomi on Terrazono. Terrazono, though, gets open, hands it off, and that's going to be goal interference. Good work, Welsh. That was already headed. It was over the cylinder. Welsh. Well, maybe not a bad decision by McAdoo. Looked like it was going in anyway, but well, how about that? An up and down first quarter. And Shimane Susanoo Magic leading it 22-20 over Levanga. Hokkaido. So 22-20, it's Shimane leading by 2 and coming out for the second quarter, missing that opening attempt. Nakano, Kriener for Levanga, Welsh. Hoshino still on the court as well, as is the man with the hot hand, Terrazano. McAdoo's pass intended for Evans. Here's Clark putting on the deck, and great defense offered by Nakano. So far, Shimane with 8 points that they've scored off turnovers. Compare that to none for Levanga, and that just illustrates how the Shimane team wants to punish you. Here's a good catch. Well, I'm not sure that would have counted. Looked like it would not have. Oh, good-looking attempt by Hoshino. Just missed the shot. Kitagawa gets it to Clark into the paint. Evans. Arizona stumbles. Drifts in. Hoshino makes the first. Terrazona, excuse me. Terrazona makes the first and the second. He's fouled by Kitagawa. Down low, Cody Clark. Welsh. Gonna stay at this end. So these teams dusting off the cobwebs. Some of the newcomers trying to find some rhythm with their new teammates. Whistle blows and the foul has been called. So it was Suyama getting tangled up down low. Oh boy, another easy look. Excellent pass. Just 18 years of age, playing in the B.LEAGUE. That is what you call a talent. Here's it. Well, forget it. He's not 18. I'll take it back. He is 18, and he wears number 18. I thought I was confusing myself. So Terachika Naito showing his value already. Still a teenager. Meanwhile, Luke Evans at the line. Makes both. Number 33. So again, you think about the loss of Buford, but you've got Evans, you've got Cody Clark, you've got McAdoo. So this team definitely brought in the reinforcements. And probably Paul Henare looking to spread the minutes around a little bit more. Perhaps needed too many minutes from Buford. Great defense from Evans. His pass deflected by Ramos, but nevertheless, they keep possession. Here is McAdoo. Good D down low by Kriener. And Ramos races to the other end. Evans hustled back on defense and effected a shot. Now McAdoo in the open floor. Drifts in, and oh, I don't believe it. The ball didn't drop. Now Ramos. Back and forth they go. And here on the break, excellent work. Excellent finish from Hoshino. Suyama goes up with the left. Oh, strange going up with the left hand and able to score. Thought he'd go to the right hand. Carazono quickly, and again, he makes so many tough shots, but then he misses the easy ones. McAdoo backs his way down. Traveling is the call, and great defense by the teenager. The 18-year-old Naito. Look at this. Good hands. He has got a promising future. The question will be whether or not he changes his number to 19 next season, when he's a year older, perhaps. Chance to take the lead, but Hoshino misses. To the corner, Suyama. Well, don't pound it down low if it's not going to work. Go to your strength, your three-point shooters. And Suyama's having a good start to the season. Excellent work. He's already got 10 points. So that leads to a timeout. Five-point advantage. Another turnover. Turnover's a problem. for Levanga. So fourth turnover. Problem is they've been costly. Wiley, ball deflected out of bounds. Well, I think so far, Paul Hanari has to be encouraged by the start of his SUSANOO Magic team. Hasn't been smooth, but it's been effective. I think this is the area where they have to be good. Getting those looks down low. Good pass by McAdoo. Kriener not giving anything away, and then it's Shimatani with the foul. So free throws coming. Morzani's going to come back into the game. 27 years of age. Remember, from SR Shibuya, one of the big newcomers for this Levanga team. If he can put it all together, it could be a special season for him. Ando makes one of two. 6-point advantage. Shimatani brings it up the floor, looks to make the pass. Brings it back out. Morzani trying to give the bounce pass to Welsh, but it's kicked. So timeout on the court, 32-26. Shimane SUSANOO Magic leading it midway through the second quarter. One other little interesting tidbit, Morzani and James Michael McAdoo, teammates at Sunrocker Shibuya, now playing on opposing teams here today. Of course, they're probably not going to guard each other too much. Different positions. Could end up against each other on the switches. Here's Morzani, and he misses. And I'd like to see Dwight Ramos get some touches. He hit that early one, but they haven't given him many opportunities. Of course, he's got to work to get open. Good work, Nick K picking up this missed shot from Hisahito, and they end up biting in the jumper. Costly, giving away those offensive rebounds. Isahito guarding. Here's Ramos. That's what I'm talking about, but it goes in and out. He has to be more of a weapon for this team. I mean, that's what, you know, that's his strength, getting touches and knocking down the jumpers. Good work. Ando spins, turns, makes the shot. He is searching for his shot, and I've got no problem with that. The more involved he gets, the better they are. Morzani to Welsh. Rolling to the basket. Shimatani was trying to get the ball back to Welsh, but the ball was kicked. Suyama, Evans. It just feels like you lose the superstar in Buford, but you're a lot more potent because you have more weapons. And you're not going to be as reliant on Buford, on his minutes. And I think that lack of, you know, because if you get an injury to one of your other players, then it really starts to show. And that's what happened last year to Shimane. You know, they had some injuries, but looking good. And I think if Ando can be the real leader in this team, and you get good quality minutes from Cody Clark, from Luke Evans, from Suyama. I think this team will be pretty good. Well, I mean, without a doubt, Paul Henare is a great coach. I've watched him coach many times with New Zealand's national team. And what he's really good at is understanding what his personnel is and finding a way to play that gets the best out of his players. But defensively, they give up a layup. He's not going to be happy with that. Coming right out of the timeout, Morzani, that was good work by him. And again, Morzani's a player that, much like Ando, he needs to have the ball in his hands. Look at Ando. Oh, my. He got the mismatch. Kriener wasn't going to be able to stick with him. Then a foul called. That was quite clearly. Is that number 3 on Suyama? No, it's the second. 38-28, a real dangerous time here for Levanga, playing on the road. They're just struggling to put the ball in the basket. And that's their issue. They now scored 16-8 in this second quarter. Nice pass. Much better. So we've seen a couple of good looks, and I'm guessing that Coach Onodera has said, listen, we need to really start attacking the basket because we've seen it on 2 consecutive possessions. Cody Clark, and a little unlucky. For Matsushita, because it looked like they almost had the steal. Ando drifts in, puts it up. Good rebound. Clark is going to pass it back out. It's going to be an open look. It's going to be Suyama. Misses, but there's the offensive rebound and putback. Luke Evans, and that is troubling for Levanga to give away those second and third opportunities. You can't win games if you don't grab rebounds. See if they try to attack the basket again. Morzani. They have on the last couple of possessions. Here's Morzani. He's got to like this matchup with Clark. Puts it up and gets it to go. You want to get Clark moving his feet. It's not that he's a bad defender. It's just a mismatch. You've got a little more pace. And now the ball thrown out of bounds, intended for Clark. Final minute, 20 seconds of the first quarter. Very important time. Shimane on the verge of really opening up a big lead. And that is just an awful shot from SHIMANE. Okay, misses. SHIMANE has it. I mean, awful, not only in the way he took it, but the fact that he did take it. You've got to get a better look at, oh, this is much better. Welsh catches. Oh, and a charge is called on Welsh. I don't like this. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, he was set, no doubt about it, outside the keyway, and Welsh had plenty of time to adjust. I thought he didn't have a chance. I thought he called it and immediately called the foul, but he actually called it and then turned into it. Good refereeing. (40-32). K. Now Clark. Oh, Clark trying to do too much on the dribble. They're much better, with the exception of Ando, passing that ball around, cutting to the basket. That's, you're making the defense work. But if you take on a player that's going to be a little bit smaller than you with those quick hands, if you're going to face him, then you're going to lose your advantage. You got to turn your back to him and post him up. Masashita comes out. Ando almost looked like he wanted to have the foul call. Here he is. He's going to get a foul call. Surely. Oh, boy, that's hard to believe the whistle didn't blow there. Especially the way that Ando was reaching and slapping. It was almost as if he was wanting the foul to be called. 40-32, Shimane with another opportunity. Bounce pass. Oh, great defense. Leads to a chance. And Dwight Ramos had another second. Possibly could have taken it all the way, but instead attempted a difficult runner. That was a good steal by SHIMANE to get it for him right at the end. It's Shimane leading it 40-32 over Levanga at halftime. But there's the head-to-head that we highlighted before the game, and Ramos so far just 3 points. He started well. Ando, meanwhile, has 8. And I think they made a mistake, Levanga, by not getting Ramos more involved early, because he had that immediate bucket, and then he didn't really get any more touches. So, you know, when you get a player like that, and he knocks down to 3, if he comes out and shows signs that this might be his day, you want to get him touches. So again, Siyama with the 10 points, leading all scores. Terrazono has 9. Morzani has 8. Ando has 8. Second half underway. Shimane SUSANOO Magic leading it 40-32. Imperative that Levanga have a good start to the second half. Kriener, pretty anonymous by his standards in the first half. They need him to be more of a part of the attack. Here's Welsh. Good rebound, Ramos. Here's Morzani. Puts it on the deck, high off the glass. Boy, what an entertainer he is. He's got 10 points. The combination with Morzani and Ramos is potentially very exciting for this team. If he draws the double teams, you know, Ramos should find himself open and knock down some shots. Now, that was a spurned opportunity. And again, Levanga now the chance to draw to within 4, maybe even 3 if they can knock down a 3-pointer. Kriener turns, powers his way up. And it's exactly what Levanga needed. They needed to have a good start. They've got a good start. Now can they build on it? That's the question. 3-point look. Well, there's Ando. He's feeling it, isn't he? You can see he's got that extra bounce in his step, and he looks good at the start of this season. 11 points. Oh, great work. And Kriener, indeed, getting more involved. And that is going to lead to a timeout from Paul Henare. The momentum shifting. Good to see Kriener showing his true colors. Well, how can you not be excited when watching this man play? I said it before, there's something about the left-handed athlete, whether he's playing baseball, whether he's playing basketball, shooting the threes, or driving to the basket, whether he's the quarterback, whether he's a tennis player. There's something about the lefty that just looks good. And Morzani certainly looks slick when he's putting the ball on the deck and driving to the basket, and he's feeling it. You can see he wants touches. But again, to make this work, they've got to get Ramos involved, making those shots from deep. Hopefully you draw the defense if you're Morzani, and then you pass it back outside, and Ramos is going to get some looks. But it's also good that Kriener is now getting involved. So a much more potent offense. Let's see what type of defensive adjustments Shimane make. Suyama drives in. His pass to K, deflected. Here's K from deep. Great start again to the second half for Levanga. Hokkaido. Oh boy, McAdoo almost went the other way. Look at the lob. Welsh brings it down. Nice patience, but then Welsh misses the shot. He's got to finish that. 3-point look. Not this time for Suyama. The cold start other than Ando's opening 3 to the second half. Ramos stops well short. Because he's desperate to get involved in that offense. Oh, look at McAdoo, just takes it away, and he's going to go in for the two-handed jam. That's a bad turnover by Morozani. We talk about turning it over in midcourt. We saw McAdoo almost come up with a steal on the previous possession. Excellent work driving in and putting it up and in by Ren Shimatani. Give away a bad bucket. It's good to score quickly. Three-point look from K. That's A-OK from number 4, Nick K, 12 points. 4, now 5 of 8 from the floor. Morzani this time missing, and that, I would argue, not a great shot. Here's the dump. Evans catches. Oh. Evans has got to make that. Look at this. Got a chance for a couple of free throws, but that's a big difference as Shimatani picks up his third foul. It's a big difference. 2 free throws versus going to the line for a 3-point play. And this just illustrates why. Instead of potentially 3 points, now best you're going to do is get 1 point. And now he's got to make this. So he knuckles down and makes the second free throw. It's 49-40. Shimane on top of Levanga, trying to keep the visitors at bay. Levanga had the great start, but questionable shot selection their last 2 times. Morzani in the left corner. Here's Kriener. Ando. Bounce pass. That's more like it for Evans. Catch it, go to the basket rather than going away from the basket. And that leads to a timeout. Nice work. And really with Shimane, they've even got more weapons on the bench we haven't even seen yet. Kevin Haruyama. We haven't seen Taniguchi yet. This is just a bad turnover. Horrible turnover. You lose momentum, everything. Six points for McAdoo, but I think what's more encouraging for him is to see him get out and pressure the basketball, force the turnover. He also has 5 rebounds and 4 assists, so that's a good all-around effort from McAdoo. Talking to Haruyama. Haruyama says, "Don't worry, big fella, I got you. If I need to go in, I'm going to knock down a couple of threes." Cody Clark also now in the game, guarding the basketball. Kriener. Yeah, I'd say I would have been worried coming into this season if I'm a Shimane SUSANOO Magic fan because you lose Buford. But the more you look at this team and the way they built it, it looks a more potent team, which is important. Here's Kriener, missing. You got a lot more bodies. They were so heavily reliant on Ando, Buford, and Kay last year. It was obvious. There's good play down low, catching it, scoring well. So that's where he needs to be. Step back. Clark. Well, for a big fella, he's got a nice stroke, doesn't he? That's why he's a pro player. Kriener has it knocked away. Good D. And Kay takes it all the way. Welsh knocks it away. And it feels like LEVANGA, they can't get out of their own way at times. The turnovers. And Morazani whistled for the foul on Cody Clark. Eight turnovers, but they've all been costly for LEVANGA. Shino comes in, trying to give them the spark. But the thing that's frustrating is they had the start to the second half that they needed. So Clark gets both to go. He's got 10 points. Open three from the wing. We're good from Nakano. Ando bounce pass to Clark, goes in, takes the hit, earns the trip to the free throw line. Clark's been much better in the second half. So Kriener with the foul. Lead is 14 points. Onodera issuing the instructions here. Clark makes the first. This LEVANGA team just seems too talented, too good to be trailing by 15 points in this game. They've really just, especially remembering that they cut the deficit to 5 points. They just have these spells of play that cause them problems. Costly turnovers. You go back to the McAdoo steal. That was a big turning point. Even though LEVANGA were able to score, you could just feel the momentum changing. So 16 points the advantage for Shimane. Oh, that's a charge on Wiley. Nakano is feeling that. Needs to be helped up. These two teams are going to do it all again tomorrow. It's the first of 2 games this weekend. The inbound of basketball. And I think realistically, if you're Levanga, you're like, let's get a split. Let's get one of the 2 games on the road. Whereas if you're Shimane, you want to sweep. It's important that you come out and really beat this team soundly today to give yourself some confidence going into tomorrow. There's the drive and the miss, but the offensive rebound, and Kriener helped up. Nakano with a chance to make that shot. He's just got to concentrate. He's got to put it in the bucket. Kriener, meanwhile, going to the line. Just the 3rd free throw of the day for Levanga. Arizona made a couple in the first half. Long rebound grab by Wiley. So if you're Shimane right now, this is where you want to deliver the knockout punch. You're on top. Everything's going your way. You went up by 10 in the first half, and then you let them back in the game. Ando. Opportunity beckons for Terrazono. Oh, he gets it to Kriener, who this time is bumped and fouled by Ando. Ando's going to go out. That's his first foul. Suyama comes back in. Ando will probably sit until the 4th quarter. And Ramos, meanwhile, has now become kind of anonymous in this lineup. It doesn't feel like they know how to get him involved in the game. Naito, meanwhile, also had that impressive first half. His primary responsibilities want to go out and just play some good defense, get some rebounds, but, you know, he's a talent. Levanga have to figure some things out. Here's Ramos. Passes up the 3, goes a little runner. Looked like he didn't know if he wanted to shoot the jumper, if he wanted to bank it, or go straight at the hoop. And meanwhile, McAdoo follows up his miss. Kriener, a chance to run now. Maybe get something in transition. Bounce pass, Ramos lays it up and in. Much better. Let's see if that gets him on track. Looked like coach is about ready to pull him out of the game. You might think otherwise now. McAdoo, minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. Hands it off. Suyama. McAdoo, or Cody Clark rather. He can shoot it. That's short. Arizona goes back, guarded by Suyama. Kriener thought about setting the pick. Arizona picks up the dribble. Here's Ramos. Shot clock down to 7. Ramos. Entry pass to Kriener. Good job. Kriener misses. Little jump hook. In the paint. Oh! Nice looking shot from number 21, Nomi Hisahito. Actually, we'll call him Yuto Nomi. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see the substitution here. I'm interested to see. Okay, so Kriener looks like he's going to come out. That's the kind of call that goes against you when you're not having a good day. Evans back in the game. Sakino back in the game. So Ramos goes out. Also back in the game, Welsh. Bounce pass, McAdoo loses the dribble. Just enough time for Terrazono, and good, smart foul from Nomi. They had a foul to give, so no free throws. (60-45). They'll inbound it near midcourt. Marzoni comes in, so pretty sure he's going to. I think what might happen here is he's going to inbound it and get it back quickly. Nope. It's going to be Terrazono pulls up, and well, that is a third quarter of frustration for Levanga. Gave themselves a decent chance of getting back in the game, but they end up being outscored 20-13. It's 60-45. Shimane on top. 10 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter action now underway here in Shimane. The Susanoo Magic leading by 15 points on opening weekend here in the B-League. And Cody Clark with a little runner, stretching the lead back to 17 points. One-way traffic right now, folks. And it's looking good for Shimane. Boy, McAdoo bothering him on defense. Over and back is the call on Kosuke Hoshino. Ordinarily, I don't like that reach by McAdoo because that's going to pick up a foul, but referee's letting him reach today. Reach in, slap it away. We saw it with Ando earlier. Oh boy, Suyama forcing up a difficult shot. Pass to the corner, and HOSHINO off target. McAdoo's putting up some pretty good numbers. He's got 8 rebounds, and there's Cody Clark pouring in the points. He now has 16. So again, the new threesome of Evans, of Cody Clark, of McAdoo, getting it done for Paul Henari's team. Well, it's been a great day so far for the home team. 19-point lead, 8:40 remaining. The first of 2 this weekend. And look at Wells. That is a big-time play. That's where he needs to be. Get it to him on the low block and go strong to the basket. Clark, meanwhile, feeling it and knocking down another three-pointer. Third three-pointer of the day for him. He's now 3 of 4 from deep. So Kitagawa comes into the game. And I suppose this is where Henari has the advantage. He can rest some players in view of the next game. And Levanga have decisions to make as well. Tarazono misses that one. You know, how long do you go with your starters before you start to think it's not going to be your day? That was a deep three. But again, the offensive rebound. Sekino goes for it, and Clark with the offensive rebound and putback breaks up the gun show. That's just a great finish. I'll tell you what, Cody Clark has been 2 different players to me. First half and second half, he has been on fire. Not just his inside game, but also knocking down three-pointers. And he makes the free throw. Well, they're beating him on the boards as well, so that's worrying. Ten-second chance points for Shimane. Nice looking shot. This is the missing link for me. I mean, Ramos has to be a bigger part of this offense from the get-go. 70-49. that is also just look at this defensive matchup. Ramos having to guard Cody Clark. That's a tough one. Here's Ando. Another offensive rebound goes to Evans. Gets it back to Ando. Evans. And Creener takes it all the way, lays it up and in. There's the lob. Oh, Morzani coming in. No foul call. Now 3-on-2 break. Ramos gets it down low. The pass ends up not controlled by Welsh. And that's just a bad turnover. You got an opportunity. Have to capitalize on those mistakes. And they have not done it. Not at all today. Just 1 point off turnovers. Compare that to 13. 13 points off turnovers for Shimane. And Hanari working his rotation. Yeah, and I don't think there's any question. This seems like a better... I mean, granted, you got to consider who the opponent is. How are they going to fare against the favorites in this competition? But so far, so good for Shimane. They look like a deeper team. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Nice drive. Nice finish from Shimahata. Excuse me, from Shimatani. Ando, little runner off the glass. Ando having a nice game. He's got 13 points. Five of 10 from the floor. 1 of 3 from deep. Also has 3 assists. And that's no question that's a foul on Cody Clark. Well, you would not like to run into Cody Clark at full steam ahead. You would win that battle. He's built like a tight end. Morizani. Oh, looked like he was held. Leads to the getaway. Oh! And the rejection. Kitagawa. Boy, it sure looked to me like Morizani was fouled, but no, right there. Good defense by McAdoo. And that was great hustle back by Ramos to block the ball out of bounds. Ramos is going to be helped up. Must have landed awkwardly. He limps back onto the court. The Gilas man. So he looks okay, number 2. Wiley. It's all working right now for Shimane. They are just putting the icing on the cake of a convincing second half. It has been one-way traffic, to put it mildly. Morizani misses the 3, but he is fouled by Kitagawa. So 3 free throws. You know, you're not going to worry too much about that when you're up 22 points. But again, you get back to that 3-point shooting. And if you take any of his landing space away, if you hit him, if he kind of even falls into you after the release, there's a good chance they're going to call a foul on the defender. Cody Clark knocking down the 3. He's got 22 points. 3 of 6 from 3-point range. Also has 6 rebounds. Nobody really taking off. Morzani has 10 points. He's at the free throw line. He's 5 of 7 inside the arc, but 0 of 4 from three-point range. He makes the first free throw. This is the second. He'll get another one. Fouled by Kitagawa. Wow, that hurts. You want to make all 3, and you definitely want to make at least 2. So to just get 1 for that has a little bit of sting. 2-3 zone now employed by the defense. McAdoo spins, turns, puts it up and in. McAdoo adding to what has been a really solid performance. He's got 8 points. Also 9 rebounds. And Ramos takes it all the way to the rim. Oh boy, nice drive and nice release. And those 15 points. Ando comes up with a steal. Nice bounce pass, Ando into the corner it goes, making the defense work, finishing with the left hand. Why not, Nick K? Look at this. Greener trying to stick with him. Hey, look at that. Nick K's got some fans in the house. 81-56. Shimane putting an exclamation mark on this performance. That was Say Ando, little razzle dazzle. He has 15. K has 12, 8 for McAdoo, 7 for Evans, 22 for Cody Clark. Everybody's scoring. Look at this crowd today. Look at the sea of blue. Boy, these Shimane fans love their basketball team. It makes a huge difference for these players to look up in those stands and see so many fans. 81-56. Shimane looking to put the finishing touches on a solid effort today. And meanwhile, Levanga trying to find some type of rhythm to come into the game tomorrow. Morazani puts it up and doesn't make it from the baseline. Welsh knocks it away, but not far enough as Wiley comes down with the basketball. And Ando takes it back out. So I think, what did we wonder about this team coming in for today? Well, Ando makes the shot. How are they going to perform with no more Perry and Buford? What is it going to be like with the new man, Evans? What's it going to be like with McAdoo? What's it going to be like with Cody Clark? And I think we've got our answer, at least against Levanga. But we'll see how it goes against the tougher opposition down the road. And for Levanga, for me, this is a team that should not be getting thumped 83-56. They've got too much talent, but they have not played well at all in the second half. After that opening couple minutes of the second half, it's been a horror show for them. Nice spin, turn, and Naito left wanting there, the teenager. And I think coach has to go back to the drawing board and think about some things here. Certainly defensively, you don't want to give up this many points. You know, they could end up with 90-plus points today. Wiley. Three-point shot, no good, but there is the follow. Nick Kay. $16 points for Kay. So terrific balance. 4 players in double figures today. Suyama doing most of his damage in the first half. I think that had to be encouraging for Hinari. And finally, we see Taniguchi come in, the 34-year-old. You know, he was playing big minutes last year, as was this man, Hariyama, because of their injury crisis. But I think it bodes well that these are the guys coming off the bench at the end of the game. It just illustrates this is a deep team, because those guys can play. They can definitely give you some quality minutes. And I'm guessing at some point this season they will be called upon. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Cody Clark. Seventh rebound for Clark. Pass intended for Taniguchi. He steps out of bounds. Going behind the back to the corner. Welsh with the rebound. They win it by 31 points. 87-56 over Levanga, Hokkaido. So a lot to like for Shimane today. 5 players in double digits. You can see it was basically the second half. Last 18, 17 minutes was just all Shimane outscoring their opponents 47-24 after the intermission. And yet, if you're Levanga, you go to the locker room and you say, we played well in the first half, well enough certainly to be in the game, and we're only down 5 early in the second half. We got to work on our execution. We can't turn it over. We need to finish. We need to finish our opportunities. But maybe they need to work on getting to the free throw line a little bit more. You know, maybe that's Welsh, you know, just 7 free throws attempted all day. Let's go down to the court and listen to what Shimane has to say. So Coach Paul Henare.
It seems like it's been a long time since we've been back here, but to come here for our first game of the season, to see the place packed out in blue. We love your support so much. We appreciate you so much, and I know you appreciated the effort that the team put in today. And we just want to continue to build and do more of that for you guys tomorrow. So we'll see you here tomorrow, hopefully for another good win. Arigatou gozaimasu.
はい、昨シーズンが終わってから本当に皆さんの目の前でまたバスケットボールをするこの機会を得て本当に待ち遠しかったです。で本当に久しぶりにこれ試合を、できてでまたこう青く染まってるもうこの会場の中で皆さんの前でバスケできることに感謝嬉しく思ってますし、そういった皆さんがもう大好きです。ではい、で明日もより良い結果を皆さんに見せられるようにまたさらに頑張りますので引き続き応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ボールヘナヘッドコーチにお話を伺いました。さあ続いて本日のヒーロー MVP の発表です。本日24分の出場、2ポイントは6分の4、66%、スリーポイント6分の3、50%、フリースロー5分の5、100%、スコアは22点。攻撃に守備に大活躍、勝利に貢献しましたナンバーワン、コーディー・クラーク。
So now Cody Clark, the newcomer, is going to come out. Had, again, the 22 points. 3 of 6 from three-point range, as the gentleman said. 5 of 5 at the line, 7 rebounds. It's been a great home debut here for Shimane for Cody Clark.
まずはお疲れ様でした。勝利おめでとうございます。さあ今日、プレシーズンゲームでここで試合はしましたけれども、今日開幕戦ということで4300人以上満員の島根ファン、北海道ファンの方もおられますけれども、島根ファンの方たちがこう青く埋まったこの総合体育館でのゲーム、いかがだったでしょうか。
It was fun. Came in this morning, enjoyed the atmosphere, looking at the fans and the crowd and the team. So we just wanted to show we've been building since preseason. So our last game was against Bricks and we left a bad taste in our mouth. So we just wanted to come out here and show that we have changed since then.
非常に嬉しいです。で今日試合始まる前にもコートに立った時に皆さんが青を着てるっていうのも見ましたし、そういった雰囲気も非常に素晴らしかったです。で最後にここで試合をした時はプレーシーズンだったので、その時にあまりよろしくない結果をお見せしてしまったっていうふうに思ってますので、それはうまく打開できたのではないかっていうふうに思っております。
これから長いシーズンが始まりますけれども、どういったチームビルディングをしていく また個人としてどういうプレーを見せていくかっていうのをお話聞きたいです。
Just staying focused, staying prepared, getting as much chemistry and time as we can in the gym, and just letting the rhythm and the flow take care of itself. I mean, we got professional guys, experienced guys, been around, so we know what the game needs and we know how to get that done. We just got to figure it out on the fly. So that's why we're here and we're going to get it done.
はい、それは努力あるのみだと思っております。どんどん体育館の方に入って、で我々が積み重ねられるところ、そこをどんどん気づいていくだけだと思っております。それと今この揃っている選手たちは非常にプロ意識も高いですし、経験もありますので、彼たちがどうするべきかっていうのを理解できているというふうに思っています。
それでは最後に明日への意気込み、そして今日ご来場いただきましたファンの皆様にメッセージをお願いします。
Just continue to stay focused, build on what we did today, take advantage of our opportunities and things open up. And I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. And I like the numbers, so if we can keep those numbers up, that'll be great.
集中し続けるだけだと思っております。で今日良かったところも明日またできるようにしていい試合ができたらというふうに思っております。でそうすればいい流れが来ると思います。で先ほど観客数の数字も非常に良かったということなので明日も同じ形で入ってくれたら嬉しいです。
ありがとうございました。コディ・クラーク選手にお話を伺いました。さあそれではコディ・クラーク選手にはカメラサインしていただきます。皆様ビジョンにご注目ください。 Today's hero コディ・クラーク。さあコディ選手にサインいただいたこのアクリルボードをプレゼントさせていただくお客様決まっております。永瀬京介さんおめでとうございます。この後1回総合受付でサインボードをお受け取りください。さあ明日もここ松江市総合体育館にてレバンガ北海道戦ゲーム2です。会場に来られない方はぜひバスケットライブから島根スサノマジックの応援をよろしくお願いいたします。本日はたくさんのご来場誠にありがとうございました。今シーズンもサポートよろしくお願いします。
87-56, Shimane SUSANOO Magic winning it over LEVANGA, HOKKAIDO, and the traditional thank you to the fans sitting courtside who rewarded for their support today with a convincing win. And it's interesting to say that Cody Clark, he knows it's going to be a long season, doesn't want to get too over the top about his comments, but they were definitely seething after their preseason defeat to Brechts, and wanted to come out and put in a good performance today, which they did. Luke Evans making sure the fan was okay as she left her seat. Well, let's look back at what happened. Morzani and LEVANGA coming out looking to get their season off on the right foot, but it's always going to be difficult playing on the road at a team like Shimane that has clearly brought in some good reinforcements. The first bucket from Welsh was a good sign, and Ramos coming out hitting that three. And again, I just maintain that you get that from him. He needs to have more touches. But this is a sloppy turnover by Kriener. And it leads to a bucket from Tsuyama. And that's where they were taking advantage, punishing LEVANGA with their turnovers. I tell you what, this is the guy that you want on your team. I bet he's a good 3x3 player. Morzani, the way he handles the basketball, can score off the dribble. But so can this guy, Seiya Ando. Ando finishing with 17 points, 7 of 12 from the floor. And then Clark, one of his three-pointers. Then a little runner from Terrazono, who had a really good first half, but wasn't able to really impose himself in the second. And meanwhile, Terrazono's pass, finding his teammate. He ended up with 4 assists to RESONA. So Yamato was the spark that Shimane needed in the first half. Yama hitting that jump shot. So there was some good play coming out of the timeout, driving, Craner. And then Morzani again. This is a mismatch. He'll take anybody off the dribble, especially a player that maybe isn't quite as fast. Second half action, and there was a bright start for Levanga, but Seiya Ando came out, hit the 3. That was his only 3-pointer of the game, in fact. So this was encouraging as they tried to get it going inside. And this was a crucial turnover for me. Morzani having it stolen by McAdoo, who goes in for the dunk. And the momentum just completely changed. And it was like Shimane just shifted into a higher gear. And Luke Evans scoring. Cody Clark. I mean, once Cody Clark got the wind in his sails, there was going to be no stopping him. Ramos scoring on the break. Aguilas man finished with 9 points, 4 of 10 from the floor. But the second half was the Cody Clark show. Rare dunk attempt for Welsh. See if he can get a few more attempts tomorrow. This was Clark just in beast mode. Surround him with as many players as you like. You're not going to stop him. He scores with players hanging all over him. Ramos again. He got it going, but maybe just a little bit too late. And there was no pressure at that point. Seiya Ando able to score with the little runner. And K drives, lays it up and in. Good idea having those headphones. Young basketball fans. So 87-56. You look at the rebounding. 44 to 30, so that was domination. 12 offensive rebounds. Shimane getting to the free throw line a lot more. 20 points off turnovers, just 1 point off turnover for Levanga. 40 points in the paint to 36, so that wasn't too great of a disparity. 27 bench points for Shimane compared to 13 for Levanga. And I'm not sure you would have said that last season. So this is a deeper Shimane team. You know, let's put it this way. 22 of those 27 bench points were Cody Clark. So maybe don't read too much into it because Cody Clark can certainly start. But it does look like Shimane have got a little bit more depth this season. Also 16 second chance points for them compared to 7 for Levanga. 8 fast break points for Levanga compared to 11 for Shimane. So the Shimane mascot, the Shimane cheerleaders waving to the crowd. And this is Cody Clark's world. We're just living in it. 22 points, led the way. 10 rebounds and 5 assists for McAdoo. So a really good performance from him. And don't forget, he also had 10 points So he had a double-double. Morazani finished with 11 points. Welsh led the way with the rebounding. So Welsh finishing with a double-double, also had 10 points and 6 assists for number 15, Shimatani. So we highlighted these two players before the game. 17 points for Ando, 9 for Ramos. And, you know, it's not like these guys guard each other throughout the game. But you'd have to say that in the head-to-head matchup overall, that Ando is more influential. Because he was definitely looking to get himself involved, and he was. So here's the action for the Game 2s this weekend. Tomorrow, Shimane and Levanga Hokkaido tipping it off at 2 p.m. local time. So one final time, Shimane, Susanoo Magic winning it 87-56 here on opening weekend against Levanga Hokkaido. A strong, powerful performance from Paul Henari's team. Thanks for watching, everybody.